This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 24th of June. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions with elevated heat levels continuing for the rest of the week. But as we head into the weekend, we start to see a change in the weather pattern occurring over the western United States with a strong and unseasonably cool trough of low pressure passing north of the state. And that's going to bring about temperatures falling to below normal levels. In fact, by early next week, highs may struggle to make the century mark here in Phoenix. Don't see that too often in late June or early July. Let's get into it. First, yesterday in the valley, 110 degrees the afternoon high, 83 the morning low, the normals 106 and 80. And outside now, here at 6:10 a.m., a few high clouds out there. We're sitting at 83 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 40, humidity 22%. The winds are light and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area this morning, 61 the cool spot at Fort McDowell, 64 Goldfield, 68 at Granite Reef Dam, 71 in Buckeye. Otherwise, most spots around the valley mid-70s to middle 80s. The upper look across the country, high pressure remains the dominant weather feature here over the southwest, and that's going to result in hot and dry conditions for the next couple of days before troughing begins to set up, and that will ultimately usher in that cooler weather that we've been talking about. Here's the watch warning map, an excessive heat warning in effect for the Grand Canyon today. So if you're planning a hike up that way, bring plenty of water. Elsewhere, some heat advisories for the valleys of central and northern California, as well as parts of Florida. Here's the convective outlook for today. We've got 4 marginal risk zones for severe storms, one up across Idaho and Montana, another for central and eastern New Mexico and West Texas, a third zone there over sections of Kansas and Nebraska, and yet more marginal risk possibilities for the Gulf Coast and the Deep South. Here's the tropics in the Atlantic Basin. We did very briefly have a tropical storm yesterday. That was Dolly that formed out there in the mid-latitudes. It has since been downgraded to a tropical depression. It's becoming post-tropical, moving away from land, moving away from anything, and this will dissipate over the next couple of days. Elsewhere in the Atlantic Basin, it will remain quiet because of all of that Sahara desert dust that we've been talking about. In the East Pacific, very active pattern continues. 3 tropical waves still on the board. One shown to have an 80% chance of development over the next 48 hours. And the other 2 have a decent shot at developing into tropical systems as well. Those should stay south of us and not be a factor in our weather. But as always, we'll keep an eye on them. Precipitation for the next 7 days, not a whole lot to talk about here statewide. A very dry weather pattern as you would expect here in late June. Although normally we do start to see thunderstorms over the eastern mountains as the monsoon begins to set up. Do we have any signs of that monsoon kicking in anytime soon? Well, let's take a look at the models and see what's going on there. We'll go to the GFS, the 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. 591 Ridge to our west. And so as a result, down at the surface, sunny skies, a dry air mass, and another hot day. Highs 108 to 111. Tonight, the sky is clear. The air is relatively dry, dew points around 40 or so overnight lows should be in the mid-70s to low 80s. And then tomorrow, a few high clouds, otherwise mostly sunny. High temperatures still around 108 to 111. Here we go to Friday. We have a little shortwave trough moving through the Intermountain West and skirting across the Four Corners. And this will knock the height fields down just a little bit. Slightly cooler temperatures, highs 105 to 109. Some high clouds may come through as well. We'll call it partly cloudy. And I guess there could be an isolated thunderstorm in the extreme southeastern corner of our state, but nothing to get too excited about there. Same deal on Saturday, highs 105 to 109, the sky partly cloudy. On Sunday, a much deeper trough begins to develop over the western states, and this is going to result in a big cooling trend here for us. Highs 102 to 105 for Sunday, the sky mostly sunny. On Monday, we'll start to see the winds picking up as the height fields really fall off to our north and west. High temperatures, upper 90s to near 102. Could be a little blowing dust around. Unfortunately, this is going to be a very dry system this far south, and that means the fire danger will be elevated despite the cooling temperatures. Then on Tuesday, high temperatures might not even make the century mark in some spots. We're going with highs 97 to 100 here in Phoenix. How about that for the last day of June? So a little bit below average, and again, dry with breezy to locally windy conditions. Here we go to a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 1st of July. That trough beginning to pull away. High temperatures would still be maybe a couple of degrees below average, upper 90s to near 103. And then going out 10 days to the end of the forecast period, this is Friday, July the 3rd. And that's a 594 ridge that's building in from the west. Unfortunately, that is still a dry look as a northwest flow would be in place. and high temperatures probably climbing back to between about 105 to 110. All right, let's check out precipitation first. Coming off of the European ensemble, it's looking a little bit more optimistic than we've seen in recent days, with about a third of the members now showing precipitation over the next couple of weeks in Phoenix, but that is still not nearly enough to convince me that we're going to see any rain anytime soon. The GFS ensemble, that looks pretty dry, so if you're looking for monsoon weather, not going to happen anytime soon, at least not over the next 10 days, it would appear. All right, let's check out temperatures off of the National Blend of Models. 111 today, tomorrow 109 on Friday. And then we do see that cooling trend as we head into the first half of next week. And there is a possibility that some spots stay under the 100-degree mark. And that'll do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new video, you'll be alerted. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thanks so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Be safe out there. Stay cool. Drink plenty of water. And watch your kids around the swimming pool. You guys have yourselves a fantastic Wednesday.